The next story is about Starbucks, okay? Starbucks has been in the news a little bit off and on, but Starbucks pulls back this month. Technician sees new highs ahead. So the stock went from hitting a record high as recently as July to falling nearly 6% this month. And for people, this is that pumpkin latte spice thing type of year. My wife is big on that kind of stuff, so this should be a boost in sales for them. One technician sees another breakout on the horizon and could sweep the shares back up to highs. So watch this. So that's what the story says, right? Now I'm going to give you, just like Paul Harvey did, the rest of the story. Let's go take a look at the stock. Starbucks, there it is. Let's analyze it. So remember, why is it different how we analyze stocks? Well, we give you a value for every stock. That's going to help you to see if a stock is under or overvalued. What does our valuation mean? We look at things like earnings and earnings growth to analyze or give you what we feel the stock is currently worth. So right now, Starbucks is trading at $91.99. It's got a value of $61.03. So the first thing I see is that the stock is over its value, so it is an overvalued stock. Now let's go look at our proprietary indicators. RV, which looks at the stock's upside potential as compared to a AAA corporate bond over the next 3 years. Above the value of 1, favorable. At 1.07, we're going to say that Starbucks should outperform a AAA corporate bond by 7%. Long term, I'd rather be in Starbucks than a AAA corporate bond. Next indicator, RS, or relative safety. Relative safety is an indicator of risk. Relative safety looks at the consistency and predictability of a company's financial performance. Does this company meet or exceed earnings expectations quarter over quarter, year over year? Above 1, the stock is a safe stock that predictably meets or exceeds its earnings expectation. Notice that in this list, Starbucks is the safest stock in this list. Next indicator, RT, remember, tells me if a stock is in an uptrend or not and how much of an uptrend it is. The higher above 1 RT is, the faster in an uptrend it is, and the lower below RT, or below 1, the faster in a downtrend the stock is. So right now, Starbucks is pretty flat. VST is our master indicator for ranking stocks. It's the combination, or looks at RV, good stocks with good upside potential, good safety, and good timing to give you this calculation. And at 1.19, it is the second highest VST stock in this list. CI, Comfort Index, the stock's ability to withstand long or lengthy price declines. These are resilient stocks that when they go down, they have the wherewithal to come back and go back up again. CI on Starbucks is pretty darn high, but the stock is a hold recommendation. The earnings are good and positive, and they are, by way of my earnings growth, they are growing their earnings at a clip of 11% a year. Jerry says stock value is a big feature in VectorVest. I totally agree. I want to make sure that if I'm going to invest in a stock, that it's one, it's a safe, undervalued stock rising in price in a rising market. Well, if I'm looking at we'll get to Microsoft, but is that a safe stock? Yes. Is it undervalued? No. But does that stop me from buying it? No. If I have a stock that is over its value, like I have with either Starbucks or Microsoft, the first thing I want to look at is the stock's upside potential. Is it above 1? Yes. Then that's a stock that still has appreciation to the upside over the long term, and even though it may be overvalued, it may not be a bad play. All right, so Starbucks overall, that's how we analyzed it. Let's go look at the stock graph of Starbucks. Look at that. So the article says that Starbucks has a big spurt on the horizon. Well, I'm going to tell you this. Right now, the stock pulled back. Yes, it did. But look at what the stock is doing now. I'm going to put this on a 3-month graph. Did I need the story to tell me that? Well, I'm going to use the story, but I'm going to use the analysis of the software along with its graph to give you more of the story. The stock's got good upside potential. The stock is a safe stock, and the stock's RT is above 1. So all 3 of those indicators are in effect. The stock, though, is an overvalued stock. That shouldn't stop you from getting into the stock. Look at the stock, might have found a level of a floor or a level of support right here. The stock is starting to rise. Look at the 3 and the 8 are about to cross. Nice up day on the graph. Now, I always will tell you the earnings per share, our earnings per share is forecasted 12 months. Now, our earnings per share is growing. Rising earnings is the engine that drives the stock's price higher. So I know what the story says, but I'm already telling you that the VectorVest software is telling you that the stock is going to have the propensity to rise. What I'm looking for, if I'm not in the stock, is for the 3 and the 8 to actually cross. And if once they do, that may be a great opportunity all the way up into this level of a resistance. Let's go see what the high is here. Up into a level of about 98.14. You got some room to run with this stock. Rich says, I only buy safe undervalued stocks. Opened my trading account 2 weeks ago and I'm up 1.25% already. So folks, that's not just me saying that. You see that in the type itself. Way to go. Our mantra is to have you in safe undervalued stocks. But I do not want you to get deterred from buying a stock if it's representing the characteristics to show that it still has the ability to move. That is the reason why we go through this analysis. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Now, if you're new to the software or would like refresher information about the software, click on this Getting Started video right here. Thanks to all of your input, here's a YouTube video that we think would be perfect for you. Click right here. If nothing else, folks, just hit the subscribe button right here.